There you go. I'm a pro. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Steve. I had to Google erroneously. I had to Google that.
Could you do me a favor?
Oh.
And reach over and slap him.
Oh.
Just.
How'd that feel, Tommy? Good morning.
You know, that's funny. I just texted Justin Roberts to go slap somebody.
Oh, sweet.
No, well, not slap him, but kick in his door and yell at him.
Does this mean we all get to slap Justin Roberts when we see him next?
You don't already?
Well, I try to be nice.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Jessica and Kayla are here with Holiday Lights at the Lake. We're talking off the air about somebody. We love one of your wish list items is to get one of those little FM transmitters so you can hear the music in your car.
Yes, yeah. Everybody always asks us what station to tune to, and we're like, whatever, I'm sure you have a playlist in that fancy car.
The house over here has one for their lights.
Yeah.
So you can get them. I just don't know exactly the... Well, you're a radio guy, Steve. I'm clearly not.
They're like $100 or something.
Right, but we're on federal property, so we want to make sure that whatever we're doing, we have to...
Screw that.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Well, this started because she said...
We're on federal property here, and listen to us.
Oh, well... Amen. Amen to that.
What started it was apparently ASCAP came after him their first year for using Christmas music.
Yeah, they contacted us. Okay, and now I told Kayla, I'm like, listen, I've got the certificate printed out. We can hang it in the Santa's workshop in case they come through and they're like, Merry Christmas, where's my money? But we are legit. We are legit with ASCAP.
What is that building, Santa's workshop, that building right there when you first come in?
Sure.
What is that usually? Is that normally there?
Yeah, that's always there.
What is that, like an office or something?
So Santa leases it back to the Army Corps of Engineers on the off season, and that's where people pay to camp. They bring their trailers through, and it might be a catch-all for like, hey, I want to buy some firewood over there, or a chipmunk ate my dog. I don't know. Yeah. Reporting.
I didn't know my question is going to ruin any illusions.
There are no illusions.
Santa leases it to the Corps during the summer.
Yes.
For campers and
stuff. Santa actually comes and checks out the campground in the summer. He really likes it. He has board shorts and stuff. He trims the beard a little bit. He's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Santa.
You guys lit up, by the way, when he played that forecast with the snow.
We're the only ones who are like, yay, snow.
Yes.
Well, it's not going to be terrible or
No,
anything.
it's like a dusting, like literally less than an inch, but it's enough that it looks pretty.
To throw back to Justin Roberts, I literally asked him if he could pull a favor with Mother Nature and just give us a light dusting of
Use
snow.
his weather machine.
So I guess I'll take back that slapping Justin Roberts thing.
Oh,
don't.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he does deserve it.
He deserves every slap.
Okay, fine. It's back on. Back on.
He was in an empty studio today.
Oh, why?
They're doing
some fundraiser, and he was at a radio station, but they don't have a live morning show. So he was in the studio with nobody else.
With a computer.
With a computer.
Oh, with his imaginary friends.
The imaginary, yes.
Oh, that's why yours didn't come with you today, Tommy.
From
you
now
lent
on.
him. Okay. It's all making sense to me.
From now on, that's what I'm calling pre-recorded jocks is imaginary friends. I like that. That's good. That's good. Well, we should probably explain what Holiday Lights at the Lake is if people don't know, which they should by now, but just in case.
Hopefully. Well, Kayla, did you want to explain?
Yeah, Kayla,
I feel
you want
like
to join
I've
us
been...
for this?
Sure, I'd love to join in. Thank you so much for having us. Holiday Lights at the Lake is a magical community event that's open nightly Thanksgiving Eve through New Year's Eve this year. And we are a drive-through light show, and on Wednesdays there's a walking opportunity to benefit the Birdhouse Hospice home of Johnson County.
Yeah, I've known a lot of people who've used their services and say it's a wonderful organization. And it's a really good cause. And a lot of people don't know about it. So this is an opportunity to maybe learn more about that as well as enjoy the lights at the lake. I always love the Cuervo Reservoir area. It's beautiful any time of year, even when the leaves have fallen and all that. And so it's a beautiful backdrop anyway.
Yeah.
But now you put all these lights up. It's great.
Well, we like to think that the lights make it even more beautiful, but you're right, in the summer and as we're setting up, it's always interesting to see how many cars are driving over the dam. And just, I want to say probably on a little cruise, checking things out.
And one of my favorite things is because you're literally right next to the lake. I mean, you're right there basically on the shore. It's dark. You don't have like city lights. You don't have people like with their lights at their farms or anything. It's just a black backdrop.
It is which
is perfect. Or if maybe the moon's up or something, it's reflecting a little bit off the water. that also looks beautiful.
Yeah, I do. Not to get misty or anything, but
misty.
when we're working out there at night and we're closing down and we have a chance to feel all the goodness and all of the energy that the people who drove through gave us that day, and you look up and it's like a clear night sky and all of the stars are there. I get out my star app and I'm like, there's the Big Dipper, and it is really cool. It's wonderful to be out there. It's a beautiful space, and we're super thankful to the Army Corps of Engineers for allowing us to hang out there for about 3.5 months every year.
I get misty just doing this show every morning.
Do you? I hear that sometimes, Steve. I do hear that. I was worried that if I didn't show up with a lobster roll, I was going to get in trouble. But
she did bring us donuts.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not a lobster roll, but it'll suffice.
Yeah. My rabbi wasn't answering this morning when I tried to get that corned beef on an onion roll koshered or however
I wonder where
that
you're going
works.
with that. I thought if your rabbi is eating lobster rolls, he's not a very good rabbi.
No. To kosherize it or however that works. I don't know.
Is that what it's called? Kosherizing?
Kosherize.
That'll be on the next segment of KCJJ. Yeah.
I apologize to Kayla for all these inside references.
Hey,
We've known Jessica for a while.
Yeah.
we all love Jessica.
I pay them to say that. But
I had a question about something I was curious about last week. When you had the windstorm, you guys unfortunately had to shut down.
Yes.
Because of the winds. But do you have to take the lights down somehow? Or obviously you can't take them down off, but maybe fold them down on the ground or something? Or?
That's a great question. So there are so when we ask people during Walkthrough Wednesdays to stay on the path, it really is important. And even cars for that matter. We have big old T-stakes in the ground, and they have guide wire. My husband calls it airplane wire. That's really wound up so it's super taut. And that keeps our big displays upright, hopefully. And thankfully, we haven't had any problems, even with the really, 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 really bad winds that came through a couple of years ago.
Oh, so it's like our guy wires with our towers here that keeps the wind, keeps them up if there's wind and stuff.
Sure, yes.
Okay, so that's what you
guide wire, yeah.
By the way, he's wound up too. He had some
I really have.
Mucinex the other night.
Yeah.
Really wound up.
Have you ever taken Mucinex?
I have, but I'm afraid to say that. I don't know what effect it had on you.
With other medicines?
No.
Well, it wasn't good.
Okay.
I was tripping.
Okay. Are we feeling better?
I'm less congested, but
You sound great.
It was just swirling. The whole room was swirling.
Oh, okay. Are you sure it was Mucinex? Did somebody?
Mucinex.
Lots of people are using mushrooms these days, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah.
Do you recommend that before you go through Holiday Lights at the Lake?
Speaking of mushrooms, one of our favorite displays this year they're brand new. We have these gorgeous, adorable mushrooms one has these cute little wiggly worms. One has ladybugs. The other one has a beautiful butterfly. So we added those to the Enchanted Forest this year, and they were all sponsored displays. And so we think people have really enjoyed them.
You were great too. When my family was in, my kid and his family, you let us go through because they had to leave, so we went through early.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you got special treatment.
I got special treatment.
We like to think that Steve is a VIP.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of a
keep
VIP,
thinking
but I had I had 200 people, which was somewhat exclusive, but not that exclusive.
We always like it, Tommy, when you come through and live snap.
Oh, yeah, Snapchat stuff and comments.
Yeah.
I went through the wrong way, though. They had to keep directing
Oh, goodness.
me.
Okay, so I don't know. It was my husband and I were out there directing traffic thinking there's only 2 cars. It shouldn't be that bad. Sure enough, and if you guys know my husband, you'll think that this is funny. He goes taking off with his lighted wands trying to get him to turn around, mostly because we just wanted you to see the whole show. And I was like, when they come back up, we'll just see if they want to go around that beach party loop before they leave. So it was really fun.
That sort of preview night that you had with the media and the donors and stuff, there was a group vote, people who weren't there. Because we're going to walk through it.
Yes.
And it was so windy. That was a really windy night.
It was an extremely brisk day.
And
yes.
cold.
Yes.
And the one woman thanked everybody and kept going.
Yes.
I don't want to get you mad with her.
Yes. It's okay.
But finally, after we've been sitting out here listening to speeches and freezing, and I said, let's just take a quick vote here. Who would like to walk through? Yeah. And who would like to drive through? Yeah!
Sorry, everybody whose eardrums just got blown out from me.
It was
It was a unanimous decision.
It was pretty unanimous, yeah. And we drove through.
So
But there were two people who walked. There was like a couple that walked the whole thing.
They really, because they had their cameras, I believe, and they really like to. They look forward to every year getting to take some nice pictures of their displays, so they can use that for promotion as well. And we love that because it's free promotion from us, and to reach different circles of people that may not know about us. Kayla, if you're ever there, you don't get to see her obviously because she's behind the scenes, but she is our like little pocket traffic person who just gets everything going and gets it going correctly. And she's on the radio and she's like, breaker, we are switching to a drive-through. And so she's got her traffic people getting their wands and getting everyone set up because there is some directional things that need to happen. So, but that was fun. And our sponsors really, we were thankful that you came out and you just pivoted with us. And it was a wonderful night. Although if we can just get Mother Nature to give us beautiful nights for the Night of Remembrance and Sponsorship Night, we would really appreciate that.
When
in
is
the
that?
future.
Those are our preseason opening events that we open up to our sponsors.
Oh,
and
so you
then
meant the one that we just
donors in
had.
memory lane.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So
okay.
Yeah. So
we
going
like to think we
forward.
can predict the weather, which is why we added a special walkthrough the day before Thanksgiving this year. But we got a little chilly weather at the beginning of our season, and it warmed up again. And we try not to use the word cold because we have warm memories that are being made out there every night that keep us warm, no matter what Justin Roberts says the temperature is outside.
Yeah, liar.
I don't listen to Justin.
No, I wouldn't listen to him either. I listen to Mace, though.
He's silly.
Mace would be great. Your husband looks like Mason. It scares me sometimes.
He's not that small.
No. No.
That's the correct reaction.
Yes. I asked Mace what tree he's using to bake the cookies.
Oh, he liked that.
He did.
He'd enjoy that.
What he's using to bake the cookies?
Tree.
What tree he's using.
Oh,
Baking cookies in a tree.
gotcha.
Elf reference.
Oh.
Come on,
Man,
Jessica.
wow. Okay.
Come on, Jessica.
Do you see my hair? This is blonde. I had to look up erroneous.
Well, the reason you mentioned what was it, the Remembrance Night, because
Yes.
there are some nights coming up that are like special theme nights, right?
Well, so our walkthrough Wednesdays, we do a couple of themes for those. Unfortunately, Meet Your Local Heroes Night got canceled on Wednesday. And then this upcoming Wednesday is just a come and enjoy holiday lights at the lake. But the 18th is Glow in the Park Night, which is kind of special. We see people come through and they're decked head to toe in like glow tutus and flashing wands, and LKR Lepic Kreger Realtors is sponsoring our glow giveaways, so that'll be an exciting just extra freebie when you come into the door, an enhancement to your ticket. So
And tomorrow is, of course, a walkthrough night. And you brought up something earlier that I think was a good point, that when we were talking about the couple that walked through on that opening night that we were there.
Yes.
You can stop and take photos and stuff, whereas if you're in a car, maybe there's people behind you and they want to go, and maybe you want to stop and take a picture and admire something for a while. That's kind of one of the advantages of the walkthrough night, is you can just go at your own pace. People can walk past you if they want to. You can sit there and kind of admire something for a while, take a picture, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. So walkthrough Wednesdays are a personal favorite of mine because I like to go when I'm not working, and I'll walk through like 7 times. Once you're in, you're in. We're not going to kick you out until we have to turn the lights off. We have a group of women called the Trail Sisters, and they all get together and kind of put on some fun glow stuff, and they run the event. I'm sure they probably get a good 5K in every time they come out. And it is a time that you can take extra time, but we do encourage people when you come on a drive-through night to take your time, go the right way and take your time. That was a throwback to Steve, missing the turn, but that's okay. You
You missed a turn.
We got him on the right track.
That's okay.
I missed a couple times.
Justin Roberts and I walked backwards through it last year, so we're good.
It's okay. So
We didn't know halfway through.
I think we decided, like, if you're going over 3 miles per hour, you're probably going too fast. And if there's somebody that's being a Grinch behind you, that's okay. Like, just go slower.
Jan was yipping. You missed that turn. You're going the wrong way.
But it sounds like she was right.
Yeah. But she was yipping nonetheless.
I love that. Jan liked the butterflies, she said. That was her favorite,
Yeah,
and
she
we
did.
love that. So
And now the American Gothic one, that's new this year, right?
Yes, Snow American Gothic.
Snow American Gothic.
Yes. So we sorry, Kayla, I feel so bad that I'm like, come with
You're
me.
dominating
as my moral
conversation.
support.
It's very
it
rude.
happens. I have 4 sisters, so it's like if you don't get a word in, you're done. So Snow American Gothic is obviously a parody of Grant Wood's American Gothic. The past 3 years, we had a Edward Hopper parody called Nighthawks, and it was Santa and his reindeer sitting at a cafe instead of a man and the people at the cafe.
The famous painting with the celebrities. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so we thought maybe it's time to switch it up a little get a little bit closer to home. I know Hopper is Chicago, so we figured why not? And what's really cool about the way that we're able to work with Winterland is we can curate some of these displays. So we kind of brainstormed and sent Winterland, the company that leases the displays to us, a few different options. You know, is it going to be reindeer? Is it going to be people? Should we do snowmen? And we kind of liked the snowmen. So, and that is
It's pretty cool.
Thank you. We thought it turned out much better than we thought it would.
And to lean into the Iowa feel, they also custom made us some ears of corn as well to add to the farming in Iowa scene.
Yeah, and a chicken, a rooster. We have a
horse,
a tractor that puffs smoke, a
Yes.
barn. So the farming in Iowa
I didn't
loop
see the
is pretty
smoke in
cool.
the tractor. I must have not looked for that.
I mean, it's not real smoke; it's light smoke.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's like
It's made of lights. Okay, I thought maybe it was like a little.
I think I
gimmick.
confuse people sometimes because to me it's real. Going back to taking the Mucinex. And, woo.
So I'll ask this one for Kayla, since you're being so
Yes.
rude and not letting her talk. That when you do the walkthrough, there's a corridor. I know there's a lighted corridor you drive under. And then there's like a smaller one that you walk under. That one's always off for the drive-through. What is that exactly? Because I haven't really explored that area before.
Yeah, so the walkthrough Wednesday entrance is only open on Wednesdays. So guests will arrive and park down in a large parking lot, and then they walk up a lit road that's only lit on Wednesdays to enter in the lower portion. That saves them an extra jaunt up an extra hill that we used to do, but we pivoted.
I had to do that last year when you did Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep, and so we improved the event, and they will walk through the lighted walkthrough Wednesday tunnel to enter.
So that's the entrance for the walkthrough. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a really fun addition this year, and we're so glad to have that sponsored. And we just keep making improvements. Another improvements that we've added to Wednesday is we've partnered with the Friends of Coralville Lake, and they bring out fire pits, and they also offer s'mores kits for sale.
Oh, cool.
So families can stand around the campfire and roast marshmallows and drink hot cocoa while they're strolling the route at their own pace.
See, that's
What
great.
about the people that don't like the Friends of the Coralville Lake?
Well, they are on the naughty list.
That's the Grinch
Oh,
just snatches them up before they even get to the fire pits. He's like, "You out, you gone," which is
I
kind
like
of
that.
fun.
No, that's cool because that hill is we did the walkthrough last year and we just walked up from where we had the meeting, and if you remove that having to walk back up that hill, that walkthrough is much more interesting to me. That is definitely something I will be more likely to do than have to draw. It's a big hill.
It is a big hill. So one of the great things and unique things about Holiday Lights at the Lake is the actual the place that it's held. West Overlook Campground has a lot of different elevations. So you might be going through a loop, but also overlooking the loop that's the lower level. So you get to see some of our displays multiple times instead of just seeing it once. And we find that that's really fun and pretty cool.
How long does it take to put that thing together?
We have volunteers who start right around Halloween, and they work all the way up until opening the week before Thanksgiving, who are out there. And we have a very hardy group of volunteers who work no matter the weather, because we cannot control the weather.
Correct.
To put all of those up. And we also string over 6,000 feet of guiding lights along the edge of the road to keep people on the paths going the right direction.
Well, I was on the path. I just wasn't going the right direction.
He got there in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and so
Mr. Magoo over there driving through the lights.
It's all right. Yeah.
Mr. Magoo was a cartoon many years ago.
I think I
the
feel
guy
like
had
I recognize in my head I can see, right? Is he like
big glasses?
People
He
can't
couldn't
see
see
what
very
I'm doing,
well.
but yeah.
Jim Backus.
Basically me in little man form. Yeah, can't see very well, but
Like Mace.
yeah. Oh, like Mace. Yeah. Hope his tree is warm. So going back to how long it takes. So the executive planning committee actually starts meeting right away. Like we kind of give each other January off. Like don't talk to me in January because we're cold and tired, and we've been doing this for about 11 months. And then February we get right back to planning. Kayla and I are actually going to meet soonish to start talking about which 25% of the display we want to switch out and what potentially can go in its place next year. So it kind of never stops. We're always kind of, I want to say, scheming a little bit, but in a delightful and happy way. So
why the birdhouse? Why'd you get involved with that?
So thank you for that question. I had an experience back in my 20s. I'm now about to turn 42, so it's been a while. But the person that my partner had cancer, and he was very young, and it was a hard thing to go through as somebody who loves somebody with cancer, right? And so I was in a caregiver role, which I loved. You know, it was nice. But the talks about death and dying when you're speaking with somebody who's young, and even somebody who's old, it's not the most pleasant conversation to have. And so after he passed, I learned about the birdhouse, and thought, wow, wouldn't that have been an amazing place? I wish I would have known about this sooner. I wish I would have understood hospice and palliative care and understood the importance of talking about these things before you're in the situation when all you want is for that person to get better, right? So Julie Kunkel, actually, her and I had done some philanthropy together prior to me joining the Birdhouse board, and she had asked me to come join her. And so as we were on the board, we started to try to brainstorm ways that we could make the birdhouse, more feasible for people to stay, and to keep it going. It's still a relatively new thing. And so I, coming from Dubuque, had remembered these wonderful memories of going through Reflections in the Park, which is a drive-through light thing in Dubuque, just like this. And for some reason, I must have had a really good pitch because the rest of the board was like, sure, let's do it. And to be honest with you, I thought that they were going to kick me out of the room like, you're crazy. Who knows if this would ever work? And so, Paula McHugh and Tyler Bird and Julie Kunkel and the rest of the board members that year, we just kind of started like putting pen to paper and figuring out if we could make it work. And we visited the people at Reflections in the Park, and they were nice enough to kind of show us how they made it happen. And then bada bing, bada boom, I guess you have a fundraiser. So long story short, that's how I got involved in the birdhouse, and just, trying to be an advocate for talking about palliative care and hospice. And you don't want to talk about it around the holidays, but death and dying in general, everyone's going to do it. So we might as well
die a little every morning.
Oh,
yeah, and I noticed you used the word palliative twice. Is that to show off because he doesn't know what that means?
I know what.
Well, listen, trade a word.
You
I
don't
had
know
to
erroneous,
figure out
but
what
you know
erroneous.
palliative.
Yeah, no, no. It's just because that's also hospice and palliative
Yeah.
care. They're not exactly the same, but that's just another educational point where
I'm not sure what it means.
you can Google it.
Oh, I'll Google it. That's a good idea. Now, I want to mention, by the way, where this is, because sometimes I get confused by the various West Overlook, Sugar Bottom, whatever. West Overlook is on the side of the dam with the spillway, and you're literally right next to the spillway is where this is.
Correct. And there's two ways to get to the event. One is off of Dubuque Street. You can turn onto West Overlook Road, and it'll bring you through some great Army Corps of the Engineers forest and trees, and then you'll arrive at the event. Or my personal favorite that I like to leave as a little hot tip is to come from Prairie du Chien Road.
That's where I drove,
Yes, and if you cross over the dam, you get a special preview of the lights reflecting on the lake, which is how we get our name, Holiday Lights at the Lake. And that's a special way to kind of get excited for the show and see a preview of all that's to come in our mile-long route.
Yeah, you get to drive over the dam and you get a great view, like you mentioned.
Yeah. But it is just a preview. So if you're driving over the dam and you don't turn into Holiday Lights at the Lake to come visit us, you are missing out, because once you get inside the park, it's
bigger, brighter, and better than you could
Yeah.
ever imagine.
Yes.
What are the hours?
We are open every night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 5:30 to 8:30. Remember that those Wednesdays are for walking. Every other night of the week is for driving. And then Fridays and Saturdays a little longer from 5 to 9.
Sounds good. Holiday Lights at the Lake, by the way, you can go to their Facebook page, and they have a website, holidaylightsathelake.com. It's
Oh my
.com,
gosh.
right?
It is .com, yes. Gosh, good job.
I looked it up.
It's like you've done this before, Tommy.
have.
I mean, wow.
Also, I wrote it in the name of the YouTube video.
Oh,
I
great.
put the website in there.
Oh, you
Great.
put the .com?
Yes.
Okay. They might not pass that because it's directing somebody to another site.
Are they cracking down on that now?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll change it.
Well, not only that, but on Facebook today,
Yeah.
I found an old picture of me at KSTT, and I put I'm a KSTT good guy in there, and they said, think again. This is advocating violence.
Because, good guy. Like, hey, I'm a good guy, say. Like, you're part of the mob or
I
something?
don't know what it I don't
Like a
know.
good fella?
It
Yeah.
came up right away.
Wise
I mean, it
guy.
just popped up right away.
I have gotten that,
Think
like a warning
this.
about something from like 18 years ago or something, where it's hey, this violates this standard.
18, and you're thinking, wow, you should have seen what I could have posted back in the day before there were digital cameras to violate standards. Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you're being naughty.
Yeah, it's inappropriate.
I'm never. That's why I have
This
Kayla
is
here.
a family.
We did
show.
promise it.
Cop, bad
You
cop.
asked us to do a family interview.
I did.
Off the air, she said, "No, I want to make this a clean interview."
Well, what would you think we were going to do?
Well, do you know, Tommy? Just thankful he didn't have
I think I did
Jean's
say
chili
something-
last night or something.
Jean's chili.
Wait, who's your dad?
My mom is the one who makes the chili.
Okay.
Do not get me in trouble with my family.
Okay, sorry. Not
Dad eats it.
okay.
Mom makes it.
Okay,
how
Mama Lang's chili.
Great chili. We have a phone call,
Can you
Steve?
talk, Steve?
We've
I
got a
listen
phone
all the time.
call.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
Oh no.
Hello.
They had film back when you were at KSTT.
Hey, it's Mace.
It's Mace.
Your husband looks like me, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve and I have had this conversation.
Too bad for you.
Oh, that's how that happened.
That's the bell. You got a bell.
They're never going to allow me to come on the radio again. The committee's going to be like, "Well, Jessica, it's been a nice 4 years, but we're done with you."
Hey, you got a half hour. Last time
I
we
know,
had somebody
this
on,
is
they had like
crazy.
10 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. This is reserved for like Brad Kunkel and Hardy. That this
Hardy'd
amount
be
of
going
time.
another hour.
Yeah.
True.
But no more than that. He'd want to get out after.
Yeah, I always look forward to Hardy's like food tips of the day. I wonder what he thinks about what his favorite donuts are. I don't think he's ever mentioned that.
No, he's
Maybe
never
that's a
mentioned
question
donuts.
to ask. Yeah.
Do you watch old
Brad's a
Andy
cop. He probably
Griffiths
loves donuts.
and Rockford Files?
The who what?
Yeah.
Huh? I've seen the Twilight Zone. That's a fun one. We watch old game shows every once in a while on the game show channel. That's a riot.
The old ones are better than the new ones they try to
Yeah,
make.
well, because you can get away a lot more with the old ones. Like
They're drunk.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, you mean like on Match Game?
Yeah, all
I know
of
the
them.
Contestants.
Yeah.
Contestants trying to win money. But the celebrities on those shows.
I like I don't know which one it is, but there's like four celebrities on two different heights. And
Match Game.
Is that Match Game?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. It's hilarious.
2 rows and they're drunk and maybe stoned.
Okay, I'm here for that.
Did you see they're bringing back Hollywood Squares?
Oh, they are.
Yeah, on CBS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drew Barrymore's in charge of it. It actually looks pretty good.
I love Drew Barrymore.
They have the right level of celebrity.
Well, they got the Match Game on Game Show Network now. I guess reruns with Alex.
Oh, really?
Baldwin. Alec Baldwin.
Oh,
It's on at 5:00.
nice. Okay, listen. Well, now I don't ever have to go back out to Holiday Lights at the Lake. I'll be like, sorry, I can't volunteer tonight. I got some game shows.
Got to
to
watch this 50-year-old game show.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us.
Maybe that could be a theme next year. Have like a game show one.
That would be fun if we would have to figure out
Like
how
a
to.
match game.
Yeah.
You put real celebrities up there. Justin will do it.
Every night.
Just it
Make
up.
him sit
Okay.
up there for like 8 hours a night and just
Yeah.
Yeah, next to the KDAT computer.
computer.
He can ask Mace to borrow his ladder to climb up there that Mace uses to get into his tree. I've never met Mace. He now hates me. He's like, I don't want to look like your husband.
Well, on that awkward note, I think we're. Kayla, thank you for answering like 2 questions while Jessica dominated the conversation.
I am really thankful to be here. Thank you for having us.
Anything else?
Yes, you ought to work for us.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
I
to
do have I have the perfect face for radio, Steve.
I don't even know what your real job is.
I work. Well, am I allowed? We don't sponsor. Am I
just
allowed to say?
You can give
I
us
work
the type of
I work
job.
for Corridor Radiology and Muscatine Radiology.
Oh, I did know that.
Yes, I'm their
You were
marketing
there once when I went there.
corporate liaison. Hey, listen.
I've used them.
It's been a while, but I was there and you were working.
Yeah,
they looked at my ribs.
I could give a testimonial if they'd advertise.
Oh, well, there you go. I can listen. I'll
Get
see
them on
what
the
I can
auction.
do.
We'll do X-rays.
Yeah, get them on the auction.
That's kind of hard because you kind of have to have a doctor tell you need to come here. We can't just be X-raying anyone who walks through the door.
I'll sign something.
Turn off the lights and you glow, right? You know?
Glow in the park night.
Glow, there you go. Glow in the park night. See, that's why we bring Kayla. She always brings it back to the
Yeah, it was good.
the task at hand.
Thanks.
But-
Thanks a
Hey,
lot.
thank you guys so much. We
Thanks.
truly, I always have to say it. We appreciate you guys. And like I said, I'm an avid listener. I love knowing what's going on in the community. And I just appreciate so much that you give back so much to this community and you're staples of the community. And we appreciate having the opportunity in this audience because it's super helpful for our event. And we are here to raise community cheer and raise money, but also we want to spread joy. And you guys are essential to us being able to spread joy. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
I
of course.
don't know what to say.
Thank you. And
You
we'll
should
be
tell
right
me to
back.
leave or I'm just going to keep going.
Bye.
Bye.
KCJJ